Welcome to this week's episode of Capital City Sports. I am your host, Natalie Smith. The remnants of Hurricane Michael blew in worthy opponents as Gamecock volleyball and football faced some ranked SEC rivals, the Florida Gators and Texas A&M Aggies. Women's volleyball continues their SEC play with a big matchup against number 11 Florida. Tom Santaniello was there with the coverage.
Thanks, Natalie. The match was competitive throughout as the Gamecocks battled back from a 2-0 deficit. However, they were unable to complete the comeback as they fell to the 11th-ranked Florida Gators 3-2. The Gators jumped out to a fast start in the first set behind strong play at the net. USC came back to make the set interesting, but was never able to truly threaten. Florida took the first set 25-17. The second set was much more competitive as the teams battled back and forth. With a 13-12 advantage, the Gators would go on a 12-3 run behind the strong play of Holly Carlton to win the set by a score of 25-15. USC was in control for most of the third set. Michaela Robinson came up big at the net in the set for the Gamecocks with one of her 5 kills. The Gamecocks took the third set 25-18. The teams exchanged points for most of the fourth set with no team able to pull away. Aubrey Ezell was instrumental for USC with 15 digs throughout the match. In the most competitive set of the match, South Carolina gritted out a 26-24 win. Both teams failed to gain any significant leads in the fifth and final set, but the Gators were able to emerge victorious on Rachel Kramer's 11th kill, winning the set 15-11 and the match 3-2. The Gamecocks will look to get back in the win column when they travel to Fayetteville to take on Arkansas next Wednesday, October 17th. For Capital City Sports, I'm Tom Santaniello. Back to you, Natalie.
Coming off of a wild, wet win last week, football faces off against the 22nd-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. Mike Olson was at Williams-Brice.
Thanks, Natalie. The Gamecocks made an impressive comeback in the third quarter, but it proved not enough as they ultimately lost to the Texas A&M Aggies by a final score of 26-23 in Jake Bentley's return to the role of starting quarterback. The Gamecocks came into this matchup the slight underdog to number 22 Texas A&M, but would look to build off of their win in the previous week against Missouri. Defense was the name of the game early on, starting with a sack by Aaron Sterling. The Gamecocks would then march the ball down the field with the help of some big runs from running back Tyson Williams. However, the drive ended with Jake Bentley throwing an interception in the red zone to Charles Oliver. Texas A&M came back and scored on a 52-yard field goal by Seth Small. The Gamecock defense continued to apply pressure, but the A&M offense scored a touchdown followed by a field goal by Small at the end of the first half. The Aggie offense picked up right where they left off, notching another field goal early in the second half. Gamecock offense came out in the second half with new life and looked like a new team as Jake Bentley connected with Shy Smith for a 22-yard touchdown, followed by a successful 2-point conversion with a pass to Brian Edwards. The Gamecocks scored again off of a flea flicker pass to Chavis Dawkins to bring them within 2. The Gamecocks once again went for the 2-point conversion and were successful as Jake Bentley connected with Brian Edwards to tie up the game 16-all. With the game once again tied, Gamecock players and fans were hyped up and looking to complete the comeback victory. But Texas A&M responded with a field goal and a touchdown off of a 3-yard run from Travion Williams, putting the game out of reach with little time left. The Gamecocks would not go down quietly as Jake Bentley completed a 3-yard touchdown pass to Debo Samuel. While the comeback was both impressive and exciting, it was not enough as time expired and the Aggies secured their win over the Gamecocks. The Gamecocks will go into this bye week looking to eliminate the errors that ultimately cost them the game and will return in 2 weeks against Tennessee at home. For Capital City Sports, I'm Mike Olson. Back to you, Natalie.
That is all for this week's episode. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. For Capital City Sports, I'm Natalie Smith.